Like with many other outdated SEO techniques, building local pages where you just swap out the city doesn't work anymore. What a great local landing page actually does is it does a couple of different things, both for Google and users. So it is easy for Google to see exactly where you are providing a service, what service you are providing in that area, and it just builds trust. And when Google sees that you are providing relevant information that shows that you have an intimate knowledge of a local area and you're not just trying to game a system, suddenly they would start giving you a lot more credit. That is something that people often miss out on. They think if they just mass produce, it will result in the positive outcomes. That's not the case. You have to make sure that you set this up in a way where you show that I've worked in this area, I've helped people out in that suburb. And when people start seeing that, when Google starts seeing that, they start giving you the credit and you will start seeing the business coming your way. So there has to be kind of a winning recipe that you can follow to do this. And there is, but it has to be fairly unique for every single page that you work on when it comes to a location page. So the first thing that you need to focus on is actually when you land on the page. Right at the top of the page, people should see what your business is and in what area you operate. Then if you follow that by contact us and a request a quote button, people who want to jump on it right away, they know what to do. If you follow that with a couple of reviews all above the fold, suddenly you turn your page into something that is very quick to understand what the page is about, exactly what you offer and where you offer it, and you already have that social proof where people say, yeah, this guy knows what he's doing. Then as you start scrolling on your page, then you can get into a little bit into the details. What people would like to know is they would like to know what your process looks like, what the turnaround times are, exactly how you would approach solving the problem that they've got. When you lay out the steps in an easy to understand fashion, not only does it help Google, but definitely a user that was a little on the fence, if they understand what they can expect when they call you, when they have you helping them out, and you actually deliver on that, you're going to get rave reviews, and that's going to be exactly what you need to continually grow your business. Wherever you work as well, it is always important to try and take photos as often as possible. If you can have specific photos for specific locations, it is going to stand out so much from the crowd. So say, for example, you are busy in Orlando, Florida, but you mention a very specific suburb that somebody might know. And you talk about last week we helped this family out in College Park, and you show some before and after photos. Suddenly, people would understand you have that intimate local knowledge, and that is something that nobody can buy. If you then make sure that the rest of the information on your site is consistent with that, where you have a clear layout of the counties that you cover, the suburbs that you cover, the zip codes that you cover, that really is a massive indicator to both Google and to the people visiting the site that you are the one that would be able to help them in that area. As always, when it comes to local SEO, it's going to be important to make sure that your NAP data, that name, address, phone number data, is constant and consistent throughout your site. Must follow the same formatting all throughout, and that just helps to really cement your authority locally. Another thing that then really helps to get people over the line if they're still uncertain at this point is to add some really relevant FAQs. So, say for example, you work in construction in Austin, having a question where it says, do I need a permit for this in Austin? And you then answer that question, you will get two benefits from it. It will help answer a question that people would often raise if they are getting into a construction project. And it will also show Google that you understand what the local challenges are, and you might just start ranking for that keyword as well. So if you combine all of that with some very clear indicators of what you offer, where you offer it, customer testimonials, clear calls to action, and you mention the location and the service in close proximity, say 5 to 10 times throughout the page, you're going to give all the right signals to Google, and to whoever who comes to read it, they will also understand what you're offering and where you're offering it. When you combine that then with those step-by-step process guides where people then have a clear picture of how you do stuff, and you throw in a couple of local photos or local mentions just so that people can genuinely see that you know what you're talking about in their area, that's going to set you apart massively. A great local page is no longer about trying to game any algorithm. It is about offering genuine and real value to the people that live in that area. If you're going to do that and you're going to do that in an authentic way, it will stand out from the rest. A lot of people love the copy paste option. And when you do the copy paste option, you are just like everybody else. Why would Google give you the time of day? Wouldn't they want to offer something that is a little better, that is a little more, that is a little more relevant? What I would suggest is don't try and solve all of the world's problems in one day. Take it on as a project for this week or for this month. Just build one location page and do it properly in the way that I explained. Do that, give it a little time, and then see what happens to the rankings and the traffic that you get from that.